fear, joy, anger. These aren't just feelings anymore, they're data. And data is sold to those who know which buttons to push. Today we'll break down a technology that's already changing the game. Artificial intelligence that scans your emotions. Think your feelings are something personal? Think again. In this video, we'll show how these algorithms work, who has access to your emotional reactions, and why this should concern you. And the most shocking part? While you're watching this video, similar technologies might already be analyzing your reaction to every word and every frame. So, what exactly is this emotional artificial intelligence? Emotional AI, or affective computing, refers to systems that recognize, analyze, and respond to human emotions. It all began in the 90s at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, when researchers realized machines can see emotions through changes in the face, voice, and body. The most shocking part? Your face gives you away even when you don't want it to. Micro-expressions are unconscious muscle contractions that last only 1/25th of a second. You can't control them, but AI easily captures them. When you say, "I'm fine," the algorithm already knows that it's not true. Companies and governments are investing billions in technologies that convert your feelings into numbers. This is no longer science fiction, it's today's reality, where each of your emotions becomes a commodity that can be bought, sold, and used against you. Now think about this. Have you ever been read without your permission? Micro-expressions are the traders living on your face. Are you angry, anxious, happy? Even if you hide these emotions, your face reveals the truth for a microsecond, and AI sees it. Algorithms track 43 facial muscles, building your emotional map in seconds. But that's not all. Your voice is another trap. It's not the words that are analyzed, but the tone, pauses, even trembling. Affective claims their AI recognizes your true emotions better than your own mother. Now imagine your pulse, breathing, sweat. All of this is being read directly from your smartphone or watch. And yes, there are already headsets that can see your thoughts through brainwaves. These systems recognize 7 basic emotions with 98% accuracy and predict your behavior with 76% accuracy. In other words, it knows what you'll feel even before you feel it. And here's a question worth asking yourself. If someone knows more about you than you do, are you still you? Have you noticed how advertising has become too personal? Scary, isn't it? Because when you look at an ad, it's not just showing you a product, it's watching you. Emotional AI has already penetrated your life so deeply that you don't even notice it. In Japan and the USA, billboards with cameras don't just show you advertisements. They analyze your face, changing content depending on whether you're smiling or looking indifferent. Smiled? You get one message. Frowning? You get another. Looking for a job? Don't think the interview is just simple. Over 75% of large companies use emotional AI. The Higher View program analyzes 25,000 parameters of your face and voice during a 15-minute interview to determine if you're happy enough for the job. You think a human is evaluating you? No. You're being evaluated by an algorithm that decides if you're pleasant enough for this position. What about the police? US airports already use fast technology to catch potentially dangerous people based on micro changes in pulse and facial expressions. In China, emotion recognition systems are in schools to identify bad children. Call centers? They record not just your words, but your emotional state. The Cogito system prompts operators when you're angry and gives instructions on how to manipulate your emotions to get what they need. They record not just your words, but your emotional state. The Cogito system prompts operators when you're angry and gives instructions on how to manipulate your emotions to get what they need. And the scariest part? According to an NSA leak, Government programs are already using emotional analysis on social networks to find potential threats to national security. So if you have unusual emotions, you're already in their sights. This isn't the future, this is now, and this is only what we're allowed to know. Now look at this technology without rose-colored glasses. Are you ready to trust your life to an algorithm that doesn't understand you? The shocking truth: these systems make mistakes, and they make them often, especially if you're not a white American male. MIT research showed that emotion recognition accuracy drops by 35% for women with dark skin. Why? Because the algorithms were trained on white men's faces. A smile in Japan doesn't mean the same thing as a smile in the US. In many Asian cultures, people smile when they're embarrassed or uncomfortable, but AI interprets this as happiness. And there have already been cases where people weren't hired due to insufficient emotionality, simply because they come from a different culture. Think about it. These systems are already deciding your fate, and you don't even know when and where they're reading you. But what they can learn about you will change everything. And believe me, not in your favor. And who gave them the right to dig through your emotions? Nobody. But they do it every day. The harsh truth: your emotions are being stolen right now. 8 out of 10 people have no idea their faces are being scanned. In stores, through phone cameras, even on the street. You didn't give permission? That won't stop them. Scared? You should be. Because while you're watching this, someone might be analyzing your reaction and selling this data. Your fear, joy, anger, all have become commodities without your knowledge. Facebook has already secretly played with the emotions of millions of people, showing depressing news to some, joyful news to others, just to see how you would react, like lab rats. What's next? A world where your emotions determine your fate, where insurance costs more if you're too nervous, where you won't get hired because of the wrong emotional profile, where authorities know when you're afraid or angry about their decisions. And the worst part? There are almost no laws against this. Your emotions are now like oil was 100 years ago, a valuable resource being extracted by anyone who can. Control over emotions is control over the person. The only question is, who controls yours? So here's the unvarnished truth. Your face is an open book. Machines see everything you try to hide. Technologies know what you're feeling with 98% accuracy. And this is already being used against you in advertising, job interviews, even by police. These systems make more mistakes with women and minorities. You're being scanned without your permission, and you don't even know when. The question isn't whether it's possible to read your emotions, but who will gain the power? Who will decide which emotions are normal? Who will control your deepest feelings? We're all heading toward a world where our emotions become commodities, and privacy is just an illusion, and there's almost no time left to think about it. Share in the comments what scared you the most. Subscribe to learn more about technologies that are changing the rules of the game right now.